Ladies and gentlemen, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, yes. This is, oh my God, the Big Time Show podcast that is being seen and heard live right now on everywhere. Just everywhere. I know, I'm excited today. I am excited. Uh, Go ahead and share real quick with those that are coming in. I'm excited on today. I'm gonna tell you why in a minute. Now, if you know me, you already know why I'm excited. But I got some folks who may not know me too well. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you why in a minute. Just give me a second or so. This is just a great day. This is a great day. This really is. I'm in the process of trying to share. Let me just say that I don't know what is going on with my stuff, especially on my personal channel. But I'm going to just do it this way. If you don't mind, just bear with me for a minute as you come in. What's going on here? I'm excited today. I can't see the chats yet. Maybe somebody already know. I don't. I'm gonna find out. Do you know me or not? Cause see, really, to be honest with you, I could make this a different show. You know what I'm saying? I could turn this into let me just give you a hint. There's a certain game that just went off the TV just a few minutes ago. I'm just gonna leave it at that. You understand what I'm saying? That's all I'm gonna say. I could do that, but I'm not yet. I'm not gonna do it yet. Okay, I'm just gonna wait a minute. Y'all forgive me. I'm excited. I can't even get my thoughts together. I can't even get my thoughts together right now. I'm trying to share and I'm a phone. Okay, all right. Some of y'all gonna see this. Go ahead and share. Help your boy out and share. We got a little time today. We got a little time, just a little time. I'm gonna talk to you about the game, and then I'm gonna talk to something about something that's probably gonna tick some of y'all off. I'm gonna be the whole spectrum of things today. I'm gonna make you smile. I'm gonna make you laugh. Then I'm gonna make some of y'all mad. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So might as well get ready for that. Yeah. Most of you already know what I'm talking about because you already seen the titles. We're excited today. I'm going to tell y'all now, since I'm not going to spend a lot of time here. If you know me, you know that I am a Michigan Wolverine fan. You know that. So I don't have to tell you about my excitement right now. It was personal today. Anytime that we see Ohio State, it's personal. You understand? It's personal. And what we did was personally stomp a mud hole right there, in their house. And we just decided to beat their brains out. That's all that happened. Yeah. I know, yeah. I'm happy. I mean, it wasn't even close. Y'all. Y'all see it? I know nobody picked the Wolverines to come in Ohio State and win. Nobody did. But that's why they play the game. Man, we don't care nothing about Ohio State. All these Buckeye fans, we don't care. We don't care. We got bigger fish to fry now. Now we can say we're on the hunt for a national championship now. It's no question about it. Barring that we lose in the Big Ten championship game, I don't think it's gonna happen. But just in case, we got something to look forward to. Yeah, I'm excited today. I'm excited. Okay, let me go and say hello to everybody. Titan Hugo, what's up? Miss Ty's in the building. I see you over there on Podbean. I see I see Miss Charles. How you doing? I see you. Good to see you. Eastside Harold, the hater himself, is in the building. I don't know why, but he's here. Uh, Coach Dante, what's up? Eastside already hating. He already think that old national championship not gonna happen. I don't know. I don't know. You probably thought we weren't gonna beat Ohio State too. So your word, Eastside Harold, have you figured out yet? It's your word. Just I value you coming to the show, but as a Houston Texans fan, if I'm not mistaken, your word about the Cowboys and now the Wolverines, it just don't measure up. You understand? It just don't. It just don't match up too well. So, you keep. I guess if you keep knocking, sooner or later you're gonna be right. But so far, you've been wrong a lot. You know what I'm saying? You've been wrong a whole lot. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Y'all go ahead and share. I'm trying to share with some of these groups that I have. I just can't for some reason. And I don't know what it is about my page that is really messing with my stuff here. I don't know. I just don't get it. And it's really messing my stuff up too. Hey, I see you. Miss Tweety, I see you. I see you. Welcome to the show on today. Listen, let's go ahead and start the show by saying this. Hopefully, this will be shared some type of way. Okay. I'll figure all that out later. I'm too happy right now. Okay. Let's start off with this. Eastside Harold, you're not gonna like this. The Cowboys and the Giants set a record. Did y'all know that? 42 million people watched the Dallas Cowboys and the Giants. It's the highest rated game of all time other than a Super Bowl. Y'all understand what that mean, right? All y'all that keep wanting to take away the tag America's team and all that, y'all might well just hush. Because there were two other games on. But nobody ain't watched them. Ain't that many folk watched that. Everybody gathered at the table, as they always do, as most of you haters always do, to watch the Dallas Cowboys. And it wasn't because, it was the only thing that was on. No. Now, most of it, by the time the Cowboys came on, most of you were with your families on Thanksgiving. You were eating. You were doing everything else, but the TV was on. And it just so happened to be on a football game, the Dallas Cowboy game. You know why? Because everybody watched the Cowboys. That's why. The fans watched the Cowboys. The haters watched the Cowboys. And it was a regular season game that only the Super Bowls only matched that game. Nobody didn't tune in to watch the New York Giants. Hello. Y'all know why everybody turned it on. The Giants were just along for the ride. Huh? Let's deal with facts here. Everybody, because see, Buffalo and the Lions, nobody watch all that. Anyway, nobody didn't watch the Patriots and the Vikings. Well, folks watched it. I watched it. But it wasn't no 42 million worth. You know why. It's the Dallas Cowboys. This is why, ladies and gentlemen, we are America's team. If you watch your TV coverages, you will notice that whenever the Cowboy games are on, you will notice that it pretty much covers the entire country almost. Unless you live in a city and your team is playing your city's team. Like if you live in Tennessee, for instance, well, for us, we're on Fox, but if we were on CBS, we would get ran away by the Titan games because the state of Tennessee, which is where I live, we get all Titan games, no matter what. But fortunately for us, for me at least, We're not an AFC team, so I don't never have to worry about that. And so we get everybody else pretty much get Cowboy games. All you gotta do is look at the map. I don't care where you at. I mean, unless you have a team there, like if you live in Chicago and the Bears are playing at the same time as Cowboys, you're gonna get the Bear game. And so on and so on. You're gonna get that. But this is why we're America's team, ladies and gentlemen. If you ever want to know why, because ratings belong to the Dallas Cowboys. If you want to get your ratings up, put the Cowboys on TV. Why you think NBC it's just is East Side is just the truth. No, we would give y'all some help, East Side. If y'all played us, which y'all will in a couple of weeks, if I'm not mistaken, your ratings would be up because nobody ain't trying to tune in to watch the Houston Texans. They're going to want to tune in to see the Dallas Cowboys. It's just the truth. You know it. You know it. Nobody didn't tune in to watch. You didn't tune in to watch the game to see the New York Giants. No. You tuned in to watch the Dallas Cowboys. Now, you can argue with it all day, but you know it's the truth. You want ratings? You put the Cowboys on TV. You want Sunday night ratings? Why you think the season started off with Brady against the Cowboys? Why you think they put that on Sunday night? Why didn't they just put that on Sunday afternoon? It could have been America's game of the week on Fox. But no, they wanted to put it on prime time, 7 o'clock Sunday night. You know why? Yes, people want to see Brady. Now, I give that to him. But when you mix in Brady with the Dallas Cowboys, you're looking for some astronomical numbers. We finna put in it. Look, for the first time, it's going to be a whole lot of Indianapolis Colts fans finally watching the Indianapolis Colts. Why? Because they're playing the Cowboys. Because the Indianapolis Colts fans don't even watch their own team. They go watch somebody else. Kind of like you, Eastside. You don't watch all the Texas games. You watch the Dallas Cowboys. You know it's the truth. Yeah, see right there. See he's out there. Yeah, see right there. America's Queens, he says. See what I'm saying? Hey, you call whatever you want, but you're going to watch this stuff. See, you're in here in my show because you want to hear and want to troll Dallas Cowboy people. That's see what I'm saying? It's obvious. This is what it's all about. Oh, Titan, I see you. Oh, Titan. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Titan Hugo. Oh, okay, Titan trying to be funny. He said that means no stores open on Thanksgiving Day this year. It's actually a Black Friday, okay? Then he said, I tuned in to watch Barkley. Okay, you tune in and watch Saquon Barkley. Then he said, I'm spitting lies now on Podbean. Okay, all right. Maybe you did. Hey, Keith, what's up, Spoonie? Maybe you did tune in, Titan, to watch Saquon Barkley. Maybe it's not everybody. Maybe you did turn in to see Saquon. I'll give you that. You didn't see much, but if that's what you did, I can't knock you for that. But it's a reason why. See, if the Giants would have been playing the Bills, trust me, it would have been 42 million people. Oh, you know why y'all even debating me on this? Y'all know it's the truth. You want ratings? Put the Cowboys on. It's always been that way. It ain't nothing new. Y'all know that. And we were on there and we played the Giants, a big game. They were 7-2? 7-2, if I'm not mistaken. So it was a huge game. We had the same record they did. Both teams have to keep pace with the Philadelphia Eagles. You don't want to get too much further behind. If you're talking about possibly winning the division, if you're talking about possibly some kind of way getting a number one seed, you have to win that game. It was a huge game. It was a huge game. It was a quote unquote, as y'all haters like to say, a good team that we had to play. Their record says they're a good team, and obviously they won a few games. Yes, they had injuries during the game. That's not our fault. But it was a big game, and we obviously won. Now, here's the thing. As always, when the Cowboys beat a good team, as soon as we finished beating them, they weren't so good. That's how the Cowboys don't get the respect. Just kind of like the way we destroyed Minnesota. And then all of a sudden now Minnesota is fraudulent. You see what I'm saying? But then they destroy the New England Patriots, and now all of a sudden they're back good. Let's figure that out. We beat them down. Now the next narrative was Minnesota is really they're a fake 8-1. They're a fake 8-1. Then they beat New England. Said well, Minnesota's turned it around. Come on, in 3 days. It's just you don't want to give the Cowboys credit. Kind of like the Giants, same thing. Giants play good football all year long, and we just beat them. Okay, we beat them. We didn't destroy them like we destroyed Minnesota, but at the end of the night, when the clock struck 0, we got the dub. Well, y'all knew I knew that lingo right there. We got the dub. You understand? Huh? Appreciate you, Titan Hugo. Yeah. Nobody want to respect your Titans. I think everybody respect your Titans, Hugo, because the Titans are a physical football team with an all-world running back, and they're gonna hit you in the mouth. So the Titans do have respect. I don't get that part. I'm coming East Side. I'm coming with that. I'm coming with Jerry in a little bit. I'm coming with Jerry in a little bit in the picture. And don't worry about it. I'm coming with it. Now, the game, actually, this is what I guess some of y'all want to talk about. The game was not pretty. And I believe the Cowboy fans have to be very cautious and very realistic. We're not going to play like we did against Minnesota every week. I mean, they played the perfect game against the Minnesota Vikings. I mean, they could do no wrong from start to finish. They did no wrong against the Vikings. None. No wrong. First quarter all the way down. You're not going to have games like that. You're just not. Cowboy fans think we're supposed to play like that every week. That's not going to be the case. This was a division game against the Giants. History shows that division games are always somewhat close. The teams know each other. It is what it is. There are some things in the game, though, that I did not like. Particularly, it was early in the game. Coach McCarthy gave the Giants life when he went forward on their 4th and 2, well within our own territory. Of course, they stopped us and went on to score, I believe, a field goal to start it off. But it shouldn't have been that way. It was 4th and a long 2. And to me, I would have went in and punted the football. That started the questionable usual Dallas Cowboy games that we are used to. The Minnesota game is not a game that Dallas Cowboy fans are used to, that we could just sit back and totally relax just about the whole game. We don't have those type games. The game that we saw against the Giants, that's usually the games that we have, the seesaw, sitting on the edge of your seat type games. That's what we have. And it started off that way. We gave them confidence. They had no line. They had a couple defensive players were out. We should have pulverized them, to be honest with you. But we kept them alive by some of the questionable calls that we had. Starting off, it took us out of a rhythm. They played above their head a little bit. We helped them out with the penalties. I mean, we'll never get, we'll never get ahead playing, with the penalties like this. It was horrible. And the first half was questionable. Uh, we were down at halftime, and we didn't look right. We definitely didn't look like what we looked like against Minnesota, which I expected anyway. But we weren't even close to that. Offense was in a bad rhythm. Dak had thrown 2 interceptions, giving his team life, making them feel like they can really play with us, and all that kind of stuff. We looked horrible in the first half. Horrible. Wasn't even. Wasn't even the Giants. I ain't gonna say they whipped us in the first half, but they played better than what we. Our defense played well though, because they didn't let them take full advantage of it. They kept it at a, I think it was 13-7 going into the halftime, if I'm not mistaken. So the defense kept us close as what you need when the offense is not clicking at all. Ezekiel Elliott was clicking, but Kellen Moore, here we go again. I don't know how many weeks I got to say it in a row. I told you guys he was going to get pass happy. He did. He wanted to get pass happy again with Dak. And then as far as Dak goes, I'm kind of tired of hearing Dak say in his press conference after the game. I'm getting tired of hearing him say, well, I want to be aggressive and, I want to push the envelope. Look, Doc, I'm sorry. Every time he throw a ball in the middle, if you're a Cowboy fan, every time he throws a ball in the middle, I hold my breath. I hold my breath every time he throws the ball in the middle, because when he throw the ball in the middle past 12 yards, it's questionable. All his picks come from trying to push the ball down the field in the middle. Y'all don't believe me? Y'all know I'm telling the truth. He scares me. And see, when you mix up the penalties and the first turnovers, and he come back and plays a great second half, which he did, Dak did. But when you start talking about the playoffs and going against some teams that will make you pay a serious price for turnovers and penalties, this stuff ain't gonna work. And we get into a real bad habit of saying the same thing, like I just feel good and I just feel like I'm give it a chance. Some of us got to go and tell the truth. See, this part some of y'all ain't gonna like. I want to tell Dak, hey Dak, you ain't that type of quarterback. You ain't that great to be throwing in zone coverage in the middle. You're not. Now, some of y'all ain't gonna like that, but it's the truth. Now, you good now at the slant route. You good at when it's man-to-man and there's some crossing routes, which is what you saw CeeDee Lamb catch a whole bunch of crossing routes. When it's one-on-one, you're good at that. But whenever there's a zone and it's in the middle, and you throwing with your one receiver there just cause it's CeeDee Lamb against 2 men, you ain't been too good on that. You're good against the slant. You threw it to Gallup, great. Gallup made some big time plays. You did. When it's one-on-one with the tight ends, you throw, short, nice little dump passes. They can hurdle folks and run over folks and all that. Hey, I give you that. But I'm tired of the usual 2 interception game now. Get into a bad habit here. I ain't gonna say the usual because I can't say that because he didn't do it against Minnesota. It's just that when if you don't believe me, just go listen to his press conference. His explanations for the interceptions. It don't work with me. You do that mess against playoff teams, you're gonna pay the price. So they got to get checked up real quick. Now, I'm just calling it like it is. I know y'all are some Dak lovers and all that kind of stuff. I love the kid too, but we got to call it like it is. Got to call it like it is. I don't have time. Look, those penalties and those type of plays will get you bit. It will get you bit in the playoffs. That's the kind of stuff to get you sent home. That's the kind of stuff to get you sent home. It will. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Y'all know I am. Oh, you know why y'all is one of the wide receivers. Oh, I don't know what you mean. Hey, Jeff SoCal. I don't know. Say that again, man. It is it's on the wide receivers. Okay, I get what you're saying. You say it's on the wide receivers. I remember a couple interceptions before in other games because they didn't flatten out the routes. I give you that one, but Dak sometimes feel like he in the zone and he throws it up like he threw it there, and that's what he said in his press conference. Usually those balls get batted down, but this one came up. That's exactly his word. But guess what? You don't have to throw it up. You don't have to throw it up. Not in no zone. Not in no zone. It is what it is. But he was able to overcome it. It seems Dak always overcomes it. And he put on a show in the second half. And they got into a rhythm. And then when they did what they were supposed to do, they beat up the Giants. Zeke Elliott ran the ball well. Pollard didn't have his. We done got used to Pollard going completely crazy. He was steady. We was good enough. And this defense that we have, once again, shows why you're going to have problems with them. If they get you in a 3rd and 4 and above, you're in trouble. They're going to get them. They're going to get your quarterback. It's just that simple. Micah Parsons is, I don't think there's no doubt. I think it ought to be unanimous. As of right now, there is no one playing better defense in the NFL than Micah Parsons. He is dominant. He is. He's dominant. He's going to be a 2-time All-Pro in 2 years. He's going to add, barring the injury, he's going to add a Defensive Player of the Year this year. And he's setting himself up as we speak for an incredible payday in a couple of years. And the Jones family should already know that they're going to have to do that. Same thing with Diggs as well, if they're going to keep them. Those two guys there ain't no sense in no sense of Jerry and Steven trying to figure out how they going to, it got to be the right price. No, when you're the best at your position, you're getting top dollar. So when it comes to Diggs and Parsons, ain't nothing to talk about. It's just whoever the top man is, you give them more money than the top man and shut your mouth and tell them to go on sign it. And, go on sign it because that's what's getting ready to happen. It's not their fault they're the best at their positions or one of the best at their positions. It is what it is. So the Cowboys are, futuristically, we getting ready to come up off some real money in a couple of years. No doubt about that. So, but back to what we're saying. So you can get away with this stuff against a beat-up Giant team. The penalties and the turnovers. You can overcome that against that team. But ladies and gentlemen, as we get closer and closer, it looks like the Cowboys are going to make the playoffs this year again. The shame of that is going to be it's a great possibility unless Philly loses and we catch them. There's a possibility that Dallas probably may have the second best record in the NFC, but they're going to end up being a 5th seed. That's what's going to be sad. I mean, they possibly, unless somebody beat Philly or we beat Philly and we take over them, if Philly goes, all the way out here and wins their division, the Cowboys, right? It's just like right now, the playoffs started now. They're the 5th seed because all the division winners, as you already know, no matter the record, all division winners get a home playoff game. So it makes no difference about the record. The Cowboys, as of right now, would have to go see Tampa, or they're going to see the 49ers. Okay. So let's fast forward. Well, I ain't gonna fast forward. I'm just saying let's just go with it if the playoffs started right now. Let me tell y'all something. You have them penalties and turnovers against Tom Brady in the playoffs. You going home. Y'all know that. You have those penalties and turnovers in the playoffs against San Francisco. We ought to know that because we went home last year because of that. Penalties, turnovers. You see what I'm saying? So you can get away with that against the Giants. You ain't gonna be able to get away with that against the 49ers. And it is, you don't have room for simple-minded mistakes and penalties like that. I appreciate y'all if y'all share with me real quick. I couldn't share like I usually share. I appreciate y'all if y'all would do that. But this is why this got to be, what's up, Joe? This is why this has to be cleaned up rather quickly. But when the truth be told is, I don't know if we can clear it up because it's been a 2-year problem ever since McCarthy got here. We're still having the same penalties. We're still having the same issues that we had when he got here. Now, why is that? I don't know. I don't think it's as much as Coach McCarthy talks about it. I'm quite sure he's doing things to practice this and practice, but for some reason, this stuff is not translating over to Sundays. It is not. And this is what is going to kill you in the playoffs. We got time to get it right. We still got a lot of games left. But we got to get it right because this is too much of a reoccurring thing. The penalty, that's the only down part that I have from the game. I expected the game to be somewhat close. It's the NFC East division games. We win, but we really don't murder people like that. Games are always close. It came down to the second half. The defense locked in. What's up, Mike? The Cowboys locked in the second half. They took care of business. And that's a good thing, y'all, because usually on years past, those are games that we wouldn't find a way to win. We're winning these games now. We're winning these games. And it almost, I ain't going to say this is the case, but it's almost like that we can turn it on and turn it up at any time. I'm not going to say that's the case, but what I am saying is, you're not going to be able to do that against, some of these teams that's going to make the playoffs this year. Let me tell you something. You're not. You're not. We're not going to do that. Jeff brings up a tremendous point as well. There were a lot of questionable calls or lack of questionable calls. Okay, let me ask y'all this, because y'all done seen the game. Is there a play that Michael Parsons don't get held? And he don't get the calls at all. He don't. He gets held every play, every passing play. He gets held every passing play. And I ain't seen too many calls for him. I don't get, just out of respect for who he is in the league and how dominant he is, usually those type of pass rushers gets those calls. Michael Parsons not getting them. I don't understand that when it's so obvious. Like the ref be right there looking, and the man got a clothesline across the main throat. and he still don't get the call. I mean, I don't get it. There were a bunch of holding calls, and we do hold, but it's just the timing of it. I mean, like, good Lord. Now, one negative, and then I'm gonna get to our defense real quick. One other negative. Well, I'll get to the defense now. Is it me, y'all, or is Anthony Brown? Does it seem like that every time somebody runs a route on him, they're always behind him? Huh? I mean, he finally made a play in the fourth quarter where he batted the ball down. But other than that, you know, the part about Andy Brown is so messed up, y'all. Anthony Brown usually is in position to make the play. It ain't like he getting burnt, kind of like the way he got burnt, like when Antonio Brown burnt him with Tampa Bay last year. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about Andy Brown be right there, but he never finishes a play. Have y'all noticed that? He be right there, but he always seemed to end up with the short end of the stick on plays. He's right side by side. I mean, that, and now I will say this: it seems like to me everybody get past him. That's gonna kill you in the playoffs. That's gonna kill you. It really is. And I really have a problem with that. Now, my Kellen Moore moment of the day. My Kellen Moore moment of the day. He just can't help himself. Jeff is absolutely right here. This is what even the sad part. As much as we talk about Andy Brown, Jeff right here is so right. He still is the second best cornerback on the team. Boss man Fat ain't ready. I wouldn't trust a rookie. I never trust rookies playing cornerback. I never trust rookies. I never have. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. I never have trusted rookies in playing, especially playing one-on-one with no safety help over the top. I never liked rookies playing out there. So Bland is decent as a third corner, playing in the slot, which he can do. But as far as line them up one-on-one, the truth of the matter is, Anthony Brown, the Cowboys are giving every opportunity to everybody to take the main job. That's why they drafted Boss Man Fat. Second round. He just never taken over the job. He never took over it. Well, that, and some of that has to do with injuries, but some of that just have to do is, as of right now at this point, he's not better than Anthony Brown. He's not. What's up, Coach? I see you in here. It's just the truth. The Cowboys drafted Boss Man Fat with plans for him to take over that spot. He got injured last year. He missed a lot of time, so you couldn't do that. But he came in this year because he had that little thing over his head that he didn't get charged with. But he's had ample enough time. He has not taken over Anthony Brown's spot. He's not. And so Anthony Brown has to keep playing. I don't like that I've always said that he's solid. I ain't gonna kill him. It's just that it seems like to me everybody gets behind him. All right. That's just me. And maybe I'm seeing something different. He's always in position to make the play, but he never finishes the play. That's the only part that I have a problem with Anthony Brown. He's always there. He just don't finish the play. He just don't. And we'll take our chances. We ain't got no choice but to take our chances with that. Now, Kellen Moore. See, you got to watch Kellen because when you look at the stats, you'll look at kind of like at halftime, and you'll see Ezekiel Elliott with about 14, 15 carries, all you know, 8, 9, 10 carries. You know, you project that over the game, and you might be approaching the 20 part. So you'll say, okay, for the first half, you projecting and saying, okay, he carried the ball 10, 11 times in the first half. So you just automatically knowing Ezekiel Elliott gonna get the ball at least 9 times or at least 6 or 7 more times in the game. And you figured that when you mix in Pollard carry, you project as well. And you think that they should hit that number of maybe 30 plus carries a game. But I'm convinced he can't help himself, y'all. I've been saying it all the time. He just see what Kellen Moore. See, this is why I'm having a problem with him. See, there are no more excuses for Kellen Moore because he had the chance earlier to not have Dak, and he changed the offense around, or Mike McCarthy, whoever you want to give credit to. And they knew what they had to do was run the ball, which is what they've been doing, which is what they did. Play solid defense and some occasional big throws from Cooper Rush. And before you know it, we ran off plenty of games. And he saw he saw the benefit of having the offensive line come off the ball, not going backwards in pass protection, but going forward and hitting people, laying on them the whole game. He saw all that. And then when he saw Dak Prescott, his eyes lit up. And now we shotgun again. Now we try to get cute. Now we're you know, and all this talk, you know, and I just gonna throw this in. All this talk about Odell Beckham, I don't want him. I'm not saying he wouldn't make our team dangerous or whatever. I don't want him because I know what Kellen Moore gonna do. That's the reason why I don't want him. I don't want anything to take away from us running the football because that's the way we're gonna win. You bring Odell in here, y'all think he throwing now with Noah Brown and Gallup and CD. You think he, you know, you think Dak is throwing now? Oh my God! You wait till Odell get here if he comes. He gonna take an amnesia pill and forget about the running game. You already seeing signs of it slowly but surely. He's you know. Look, the offense is scoring. Part of that is because of the emergence of CeeDee Lamb. Tip my hat to him. He's shutting a lot of Cowboy fans up. A lot of Cowboy fans are saying he's not a number one and all that kind of stuff. CD is starting to shut that up, as I knew he would. Michael Gallup's leg is getting better, obviously. He's starting to slowly but surely look like Michael Gallup. You know, and all that, and the tight ends, Schultz is so happy Dak Prescott is back. He wasn't getting nothing with Cooper Rush. Dalton Schultz now look like he gonna go to somebody and say, I want some money. That's because Dak is back and he's getting his catches. Jake Ferguson is starting to wake up. Hendershot is what is lighting it up. I mean, I'm not knocking the weaponry we have. I'm not saying we're supposed to run it 50 times. But Kellen Moore and his style, do y'all notice when he got down there in the 10-yard line? This is what I'm talking about. You run straight ahead. You run off tackle. You run in between the tackles. You get inside the 10-yard line. Then you want to run a cute little reverse inside the 10-yard line. Little flip pass. Y'all remember that when he threw in the first, I think one of the second drive or the first drive to Pollard. Pollard is kind of look like a jet sweep. Why you do that? It went for a loss, And somebody gonna say, "Well, he did the same thing, and Hendershot scored a touchdown off it." Look, y'all don't get it. When you try and listen to me, y'all, and maybe nobody thinking like this. When you're trying to be or identify yourself as a physical football team, you should have no signs of finesse. Kellen Moore is a finesse offensive coordinator by nature. He is not a bully type. No, let me show you what I'm talking about. Y'all see how the 49ers run the ball? Physical and straight down your throat, that type of stuff. We're not that. We're still too pretty. We're effective now. Don't get me wrong. We are effective. But we're too pretty. Because our offensive coordinator is a finesse offensive coordinator. He is. And some of these calls that he does, I don't care what the stats say, because see, I already know what some of y'all saying. But since Dak got back, they ranked first in points. Since Dak got back, they came all the way from the bottom. I expect that. It's Dak Prescott, y'all. I expect it. I most certainly know that a Dak Prescott offense, Dak Prescott led offense, is not going to stay at 28th or 29th in the league in offense. I expect that from Dak. I expect it. So it's not a surprise to me. I'm talking about these questionable calls. These questionable calls by McCarthy, 4th and 2, deep into your own side of the field. And then the play call that you run, you stack everybody up and just run it straight up the middle on a long 4th and 2. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. What happened to the zone run? What happened to the RPO right there? Come on now. What happened to spreading them out a little bit and running the ball? Don't pack everybody in. Come on now. I don't get it. It's these type of calls that will get your butt sent home in the playoffs. It don't take but a few mistakes in the playoffs to send you back to the house. See, we got away with it with the Giants. You're not gonna get away with that stuff in January. You're not. Because the Cowboys, I thank you, crowd. Thank you. Listen, the Cowboys, unless they catch the Eagles, record-wise, in other words, win the division, the playoffs that we're talking about, they're going to be on the road every game. They're going to be on the road every game unless, some upsets happen in the second round. You might slide, that type of stuff. But you're not going to get away with this stuff on the road now. I don't watch football too long. I didn't seen it. Isaiah, look, I love your confidence. I hope we do catch the Eagles. I hope we do. Because here's my truth. Here's my truth, Isaiah. The truth of the matter is, from what I done seen, this last month, the Dallas, and I'm not saying because I'm a homer, okay? Okay? I'm not saying it because I'm a homer. I'm saying it because of what my eye test is saying. Excuse me. We are the best team in the NFC. That's what my eye test is showing me. There's no better defense in the NFC than us. There might be a slight argument there with the 49ers, maybe. Okay? Defensively, there's only one team that I done seen that may deserve some conversation there with the best defense. That's the 49ers. That's it. Offensively, look, despite me complaining about Kellen Moore, here's the truth of the matter. As of right now, and this goes with Minnesota as well. They're not that better than us offensively. I'm just calling it like I see it. I've seen Philly play. Philly ain't, they ain't they're moving the ball, but our offense is lethal. Our offense is lethal when we play the right way. We're just about unstoppable. When we line up with them three tied in set, look out. You can't stop it. You can't. I'm just going by what my eye testing. Now your eyes may be different. I understand. I got some people on here that ain't Cowboy fans. I get it. I get it. I'm just saying, we when we play right, which seems to be an every week issue, because we got a coordinator that wants to be himself when that's not what's called for this team. This team is built on physicalness. That's the only way we're going to win, y'all. If we want to get finesse and want to get cute, we aren't going to be too successful. The way I look at it. Yeah, we might score and all that, but I'm just saying we're not that like that. Now, and the reason why we're like this is because I can't tell you, I'm just saying stuff people already heard, but I'm just strictly just going by my eye test. My eye test is saying this, that I haven't seen this complete of a Dallas Cowboy team in a few years. What I'm saying is for the first time in a long, long time, we're balanced everywhere. We got somebody who is scary on special teams and Turpin, who everybody knows at some point in this season is going to break. He's going to break at least two of them. It's going to happen. He's getting so close. And I hope it happened at the right time, like in the playoffs, actually, something like that. That's when I want him to get crazy. We're balanced defensively and offensively. This is the first time I've seen us be this well balanced in years. And you can see what the potential of this thing could be if we just play right. I ain't worried about Quinn. The defense is going to do what they're doing. It's just that you just hope they don't have this brain fart from Kellen Moore. I mean, I'm sitting on pins and needles waiting for him to just make my mouth drop with one of these calls that I'm just going to say like, dude, come on, man. Why? So that's why I am with that. All right. Now, defensively, good Lord. These guys are good. We shut down Barkley. We shut him down. So the run defense, as Jeff just said, I agree. We did get better. But at the same time, they were playing with a bunch of backup linemen. So, we got to get a whole context. So you don't really expect Saquon to go off with every position being backups against this defensive line, which ain't our fault. You know what I'm saying? It ain't our fault. But I wasn't expecting a lot. Once I saw all the people that were not going to be playing, I said, oh, man, our defensive line should dominate these guys. And they didn't, but we did enough in the second half that we shut things down. So let's just be fair on it. Let's just be fair. All right. Now, I'm sorry. I need to get my ticker going. I'm sorry. Some of y'all don't follow me. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and follow my show or subscribe to it if you don't mind. There it is, wherever you watch it. If you haven't subscribed, do that now if you don't mind while you're watching. And if you're watching on Facebook and you don't follow me there. I would appreciate it so much. I'm sorry I didn't do that earlier. I wasn't there looking at it. Now, let me get to this part. Then I'll get to the nitty gritty. What's up, Gary? My brother Gary in the building. Let me get to this part. So overall, what I am impressed by is with how you can not play well and then you can turn it on. I'm not saying you can turn it on anytime, I'm just saying the fight that the guys have and coming back and then shutting things down. We're getting real good at that. We'll have a period where we'll do things completely right, and that period may be well enough to end ball games because we're scoring and the defense is clicking, and that just may be well enough for that for maybe about a good 8-9 minute stretch. We can't do wrong. The Cowboys in every game so far have had those moments where we do things completely right. 4, 5, 6 minutes, defense on point, sacking the quarterback nonstop, offense done score 1 or 2 touchdowns, and usually that little gap may be good enough to win some games. That's what we are doing well. I mean, we shut folks down in the second half. Now that's just the truth. And so I'm impressed by that. All right, I'm impressed by that. Now, let me get to the part where y'all finna get mad. Let me get to the part where some of y'all finna get mad at me. Because some of y'all thinking I'm gonna lean one way and some of y'all think I'm gonna go the other way. Because this is the other thing that's hot. And Jerry Jones and this infamous picture that's being floated around. I got to talk about it. Let me start out by saying this. And I am a man of the cloth. Most of you know I'm an assistant pastor here in Memphis. I believe in forgiveness. I believe in grace. I believe in mercy. That's what God gave us. We should do the same. I also believe in the theory, it is what it is. Yeah, see. And right then I had a whole bunch of people getting ready to leave me. So I'm gonna stick with these people that's hanging with me now. I believe in it is what it is. Like, you can't punch me in my face and then say you pinched me. You just, I mean, it is what it is. Now, y'all saw the picture. 65 years ago. Okay. Jerry was 14, 15 years old. Kid. And some of y'all know what y'all did at 14 and 15, like that, but that don't measure up to what we're talking about now. Let me just say this. Jerry, so you get to say things now at 80 because you done had enough years to straighten up the story, whatever the case may be, and you also have a resume of people loving you that is going to be kind of hard to label him as what people are trying to do because you really don't have the actual evidence that you think you got. See, the picture was just what it was. It was a picture. What you needed was a video. You see what I'm saying? See, anybody could take a still shot of me and have my face frowning and you'll say I'm angry, but it was just a split-second shot. You don't know. And so what we have is, in today's world, what we have is a bunch of people that assume things. And unfortunately, for this world that we live in now, this cancel culture, the world that we live in, and this theory of guilty before being proved innocent world that we live in, we'll look at something like Jerry Jones and we would assume that he was there throwing rocks and everything else when all you just going by is a picture. You needed a video. So you're assuming by his presence there that he's racist. That's what it is. At least according to that picture. All right. Uh, and you're wrong for that. Y'all don't like that. You're wrong. You don't have to agree with me. You may have a different theory, and I'm coming with something else as well. I promise you. That picture does not prove anything. It just proved that he was there. He was looking. Now, Jerry says something that makes me question the situation, though. If you saw his interview, this is what he said. He said he was 15 years old and he didn't know what was going on. I don't believe that. Because whenever there was at that particular time, okay, at that particular time in our country, whenever black showed up to any white, quote unquote, white establishment, and you knew they were coming, see, the black folks just didn't pop up there, because back then during that time, black folks knew they couldn't just pop up anywhere. No. You may not be able to go home because you may die back then. So they knew, that whole place knew that those black people were going to show up there. So Jerry, I don't believe that. Jerry knew that at some point during that day, because you can't have a gathering like that. It ain't just happen. He knew that they were going to show up. He would have to just be in the crowd. Your question is, what if he would have been closer in that picture? What would have been his response? That's something that you'll never know. And it's unfair to assume or try to charge him with things that he did not say. Or what people want to do is try to make him pay or act like he's doing what those people in the front were doing. Can't do that. You can't do that. Now, I'm also smart enough to know, and this comes from being, my father is still living, and my father's over 70 years old. I'm almost 50 now. So I'm the in-between baby. You understand me? I'm come from the early 70s and lived through the 80s. So that means my parents were children in the 50s and the 60s. So I know they know all the tricks. They know all the signs. They know all the lingo. They know all the language because they lived it. They lived the not being able to go to anywhere you wanted to go. They lived the limitations on where they could be. They drunk from colored water fountain. My folks did. They had to wait to a certain time to go see a movie when only black folks. That's where my folks came from. So they know it. And my experience comes from this. Well, not my experience. This was my dad said. I can line up 10 white men from that era. 10. And I guess you could charge me for assuming as well, but you got to know the time. If I line up 10 white men from that era, how many of them are not going to be racist? Or have had some type of language or response to racism? It ain't that many that's going to be on the right side of the tracks. It was rare to find white men during that time that wanted to help black people out at all. Hello. Then when you mix in the South, it wasn't too many was Southern white men that wanted to shake hands and applaud black people, black children, anything. Because see, 15-year-old Jerry Jones, his daddy was in the 30s, in the 20s, in the 40s. And it's just hard for me. I'm assuming. Okay, I mean, you can charge me with it, but I done lived enough life and been around those older white people. And it was just a time where it's not like what it is today. And they were wide open with their racism too, I mean. Now, I'm not saying Jerry was that. I'm not saying that he did it. But I ain't saying that he ain't had it. That's what I'm saying. Jerry's just so smooth. You know what I'm saying? Jerry's so smooth, man. He been smooth a long time that he just know how to say things right. And then when you add in, see, one thing Jerry got going for him is this. This is why you're not gonna never charge him. You can bring up another picture if you want. You see what I'm saying? Y'all don't care what picture you bring up. Jerry got too many black men, grown black men, that's gonna speak up for him. That black men that white folks love and black people love at the same time. There's nowhere in the world that Michael Irvin will talk bad against Jerry Jones. There's nowhere in the world that Emmitt Smith would talk bad about Jerry Jones. There's nowhere in the world that Nate Newton, Charles Haley, as crazy as he is, Deion Sanders. I'm just naming out guys that we all know and love and that the world gonna pay attention if they start talking. They will come, Drew Pearson, Dez Bryant. These guys will come to Jerry's rescue of his character in a heart flash. And it's gonna kill this narrative that's saying he's a racist. They're gonna say ain't no way in the world. He's helped me and my family after playing football. He's put me in business after playing football. Michael Irvin loved this man. Deion will tell you he loves him. It's too many folks that will come to his defense. Then, if you notice the report, y'all, and I understand, I appreciate y'all hanging with me. Listen, notice where the report came from. The Washington Post. What did Daniel Snyder say a few weeks ago? Daniel Snyder, y'all know who that is. That's the owner of the Washington Commanders. He said that he gonna take some folks down with him if he got to go, because there's reports that he might be selling the team. He said he gonna take some folks down. He gonna take some folks with him. He said he had enough to take out every owner of the NFL. Do y'all find it a coincidence? Why did that picture come up now? I mean, it's just too many. I mean, why now? That picture that ain't the first time that picture has been seen, encircled. They say, hey, that's Jerry Jones. That ain't the first time. This is not the first time. First time for some people, but not me. I've seen it 2 or 3 times. It's not the first time. Why did we bring this up now? Why? That's we can speculate and question that. I just find the timing of it. It kind of reminds me slightly of Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson had paid the price. He got suspended. They took his money. Folks still want his head. So all of a sudden, when it's time for him to come back to practice and possibly get back on the field, now all of a sudden another lady comes up. You see what I'm saying? If you knew you was a razz, why'd you jump in with everybody else? Huh? Why don't you jump in with somebody else when everybody else is on? Why you wait until it's time to come back on the field? You see what I'm saying? The timing of the thing. So I'm trying to wonder why the timing of it all of a sudden comes out now. Again, that's an assumption about Daniel Snyder. I don't know if that's the case or not. I just find it ironic that it happened in the Washington Post. And Daniel Snyder said a few weeks ago that he has something on every owner in the league. Y'all remember that, right? I just, sometimes you do have to play the inspector and detective. And I just find it ironic. Now, this thing ain't going to last long because Jerry Jones has a relationship with too many black people that love him. I even heard Stephen A. Smith just said a couple days ago And y'all know he the Cowboy chief hater. Him and Shannon Sharp. But Stephen Jones, Stephen A. Smith said that he loves the man. Of course, they've had time together, a lot of time together. He's been good to me. That's what he said. He's been good to me. Call him, all this stuff. It's 2 minutes. And Jerry, if you don't believe it, go to YouTube, pull up Stephen A. Smith's response to Jerry Jones, and Stephen A. went to bat right there for him. So it's gonna die out anyway because there's no evidence of what you saw from a picture 65 years ago. 65 years ago. And the picture is not going. And I know you say guilt by association. Some of you may say that, and I'm not knocking you if that's the case. I'm not knocking you. You want to believe that he's this and that. That's up to your thoughts and whatever, and your if you want to do that. I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying you needed a video to see what Jerry did, not a picture. A picture just leads to assumptions. A video tells everything. And of course, during that time, there was no such thing. Well, it was some videos. It just wasn't like, no camera phones and all that kind of stuff. There were videos because we got footage of old football and basketball games and all that kind of stuff. It was there. But I like I said before, Jerry Jones is 80 years old. My life experience, and I hope that I got some Caucasian brothers and sisters in here. My life experience as a black man, I don't know too many 65 plus year old white men that was shaking hands 100% on the right side of the track of racism. That ain't my life experience. And I see you, Coach Breedlove. Coach Breedlove saying in Arkansas, let's not be blind though, in his youth back in Arkansas where he's from. Best believe he was taught some things. Of course, that's what his parents taught him. I'm saying every white man, no matter what part of the country lived in, it was just that particular time where racism was just the way it still is here. It's just camouflage now. It's more professional racism. We call it systemic racism, all that kind of stuff. We just don't have the days of the KKK where you can be openly racist. Now the KKK wear suits. You and I work with those people now. They'll shake your hand and smile in your face now, and soon you turn your back, they'll call you or as my, I ain't gonna say who said this, but as someone told me earlier today, actually, that if the right opportunity comes, they'll show who they really are. Oh God, yeah. That's another whole conversation by itself after she said police uniform, and there's no way, because in the hiring process, you don't know unless they got just openly tattoos that are racist tattoos. You don't know what these people are. You're hiring. Of course, they're gonna put their best foot forward in the interview process, but then when you put them on the streets, they are animals against black people. Then you question them after they accidentally shoot somebody, or the black man dies and all that kind of stuff, or the George Floyd knees on the neck, or the Tamir Rices, and the list go on and on. You don't find, you start to question it after, but what happened to the questions before? Jerry Jones is a Southern 80-year-old Caucasian man who was an oil man, who was also a rich white man. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just ain't never seen or heard of too many old, rich, oil men, white men, privileged white men. And I'm gonna call him privileged. He worked hard to get what he had, so I'm not gonna call him privileged. I've never seen those type of guys, especially at that age, all of a sudden act like they got a NAACP card. No. If I line 10 men, white men up like that, I'm guaranteeing you 9 of them are racist. Jerry, very well, hey, he could be the exception. And then again, he could be just smooth enough to disguise himself so well. He's brilliant with the media. He's been that way a long time. He can talk himself out of anything. And he's just professional and smooth enough to talk and act like he's on the right side of the track, when really in actuality, behind closed doors, he's not. The Kaepernick situation told me a lot about Jerry Jones myself. But Jerry Jones took it from a business standpoint. Like anything that's going to mess with this money of mine and the brand, you will not be a Dallas Cowboy. You remember he said that? And anybody kneel on this team, you will not be a Dallas Cowboy. That's what he told us. Then he got it and he put on national TV, took a knee with the team. But, you know, a lot of folks question that, like, really, come on, Jerry, we know you really don't want to kneel. But the bottom line is he got on national TV. He knelt for a second and got up and moved on. He did that. But we know a lot of us don't really believe he wanted to do that. Jerry disguised and say, hey, man, y'all not going to mess up my money now. Y'all, I don't care who you are, white or black. If you take a knee or you don't stand up during that national anthem, I'm not going to have these sponsors talking about we going to take this money away from this organization. You're not going to do that. For instance, you say to do the wrong thing. Look how Kanye has paid the price. Adidas gone. This company gone. This company gone. This is the world that we live in now. Billionaire one day, now you're a millionaire now. Folks would take, look at the price that Kyrie Irving had paid. Lost his contract with Nike, lost all this. Please understand, Jerry ain't fit to do that. Jerry not fit to let you mess up his $1 billion empire. And the black or white. So he put that on notice real quick. Now a lot of us took it as, I be dang, this man ain't racist. And then there was some of us that said he might be racist, but at the same time, one thing that he loved more than anything is his money. And based on what you've seen with Kanye, and based on what you've seen with Kyrie, you know that people will take away millions of dollars for you saying or doing the wrong thing. That's why Jerry responded to this stuff, this picture. That's why I said all that to get to this. Although it was 65 years ago, Jerry had to address this situation because of the culture that we live in now. You will pay the price for what you did 65 years ago. That's how the world is now. They will make Jerry Jones or anybody else. Case in point. I don't think this is just a good comparison, but Bill Cosby paid for things that he did in the 60s and the 70s, whether it was true or not. He went to jail for things that he did in the 60s and 70s. So I'm just bringing that to say, okay, now Jerry, if look, if there was a video to this thing and he cussed one good time, that's all they had to do was cuss at them black boys and black girls that was there. That's all they had to do was cuss at them. And there was a video of that. Jerry Jones would lose some money today. He would. Oh God, he would. And so that's why he addressed it, y'all. It's gonna die out. There are too many black people that will stand up for him. And what they saying, watch this, and what they're saying about Jerry, the black people that will stand up for him, is the truth. Is their truth. He has taken care of them. He has set them up with businesses. He has made them money. Since then, you notice how all these places got Cowboys everywhere, post, for analysts and game shows. Mike Irvin, NFL Network. That's where he started. Troy Aikman, Monday Night Football. Romo, CBS. Notice Romo walked off of the field, went straight to the booth. How y'all think that happened? It wasn't because he had a resume. Moose Johnson, in the analyst booth. Jimmy Johnson, well, he probably had nothing to do with Jimmy. I'm saying all these Cowboys. All these Cowboys got all these jobs. Drew Pearson making more money now than he did when he was playing. It's because every time you see him, he around Roger Staubach and Jerry Jones. You're going to have people that Nate Newton. You done gave Nate Newton a job. He worked there at the Star. Barry Church, Standback, all these guys that played, they work there now. Jerry's taking care of something. And the only reason why I'm saying now, I don't know Jerry. So I can't say it. I don't know. I don't have a personal relationship with him. I don't know. I believe the other guys that I just talked about, they do. You can't, Michael Irvin, y'all know what Michael Irvin gonna say about him. Dion, Charles Haley, as crazy as Charles Haley is, you know what he gonna say about him. They love this man. That's why it's gonna die out. It's gonna die out. But every negative that people want to throw up to Jerry, these black brothers, Stephen A. Smith already started. You're gonna have some black people that's gonna come right back and wash this stuff right down the toilet. I get you, my Coach Breedlove. I get you. You say they were slaves, they stayed with their masters too. They changed what the master was. I'm not even gonna argue point, Coach. I'm not even gonna argue point. I don't know him. But what we can't do, okay? What we cannot do is assume. We living in a world now where assumptions it's the court of public opinion. The court of public opinion have gotten a lot of people in trouble. The court of public opinion has made people not even the court of public opinion has made people lose careers when they were turned out to be innocent. They turned out to be innocent, but because they paid the price in the court of public opinion, they can't recover. Because it's a done deal, because people don't believe what they want to believe. I'm not knocking nobody to say Jerry Jones is a racist or he has racist tendencies. I'm not even gonna knock you for that, because everybody, some of y'all way smarter than I am. I'm not gonna knock you for that if that's the way you perceive it. And there's parts of me that has some question marks as well. I'm just saying, strictly off the picture, you cannot assume and bring your commas and periods and semicolons and put language on it, because you can't charge them for something you didn't see, or you just can't assume that he had the same attitude as those people that was in the front and he was in the back. We just don't know. We don't know. Now, if we had a video, it would have been interesting to see if, as the black people kept walking up and there was a little spot there with Jerry, it would have been interesting to see if his mouth started shouting out some stuff. We don't know. See, Jerry get to talk about it now, because he know it ain't nothing but a picture there. Ain't no video. Jerry get to control his own narrative. You see what I'm saying? But I am gonna throw this up, and I'll be done with this, and I'll open up phone lines because I done got way off football. I told you I was gonna talk about Jerry Jones. I'm gonna open up the lines, and y'all can talk about the game and all that kind of stuff. But I have seen this. Jerry wasn't gonna pay no price anyway. Cause see, I'm still waiting on news about Brett Favre. Hello, everybody done forgot about that. Where it was proven what Brett Favre did, taking money away from the welfare institution in Mississippi. Y'all ain't heard nothing about that no more. But you heard plenty about Kanye and Kyrie though, right? Okay. I know a man that's an owner who the NFL said that if you bring any damage to the brand, you are eligible for suspension and fines and all that kind of stuff. Well, I remember Robert Kraft did almost essentially somewhat of the same thing some of the same things that Deshaun Watson did. The only difference is Robert Kraft bought the tapes and destroyed them. Huh? Deshaun Watson paid a hefty price. Robert Kraft went straight back to the owner's box, drinking Mai Tais and all that. He ain't paid nothing. I thought you supposed to pay for the brand or to bring a damage to the brand. He was there in the massage parlor. He had some type of relations with them, and he went and bought the tape when he permitted in court. Robert Kraft bought the tape, destroyed the tapes. Why are you buying the tape and destroying them? Must have been something on there that wasn't supposed to be there, right? NFL didn't do nothing then. NFL ain't said, ain't nobody said nothing about Brett Favre. NFL ain't got nothing to do with that because he retired. Nobody ain't got nothing to say about that. Nothing. Yeah. All right, Coach. I see Frosty the Snowman. Yes, sir. All right. Jerry wasn't going to pay for it anyway. The black man, let me stop. The black man pays the price. That's all I'm saying. All right, I'm done. All right, phone line open. There it is. Don't crank it up. I know it's a lot what I did today, but it is what it is. Yeah, it does relate to football. Hey, Sky Dog. Yeah, okay. Appreciate you, Sky Dog. I'm just looking at your comments now. Yeah, they got to answer to God. I agree. They got to answer to God. You said, what did Deshaun Watson actually do? You know what, Scott Slide Dog? There are a lot of people that are still answering that same question. What actually did Deshaun Watson do? Because some of them people that charged him, they lied. Some of them women that, that said he did something, they lied. Hello. Let me stop. All right. Phone line open. Let me stop. Phone line open, y'all. Y'all can call in, recap about the game. We got to clean up penalties. If we're really talking about doing something, we got to clean up penalties, and we got to shut down some of these little turnovers. Those type of things will get us killed in the playoffs if we make it. Defense dominant, Parsons dominant. Just got to stick to the script. Can't try to get cute. We're trying to be physical. That should be our identity. Finesse. There's no more room for finesse football. I don't want Odell Beckham Jr. because I know what Kellen Moore is going to do. He's going to forget that he's going to forget about running the football, as he always does. That's pretty much what I took from the game because I can see the signs of that throwing the ball a whole lot. Slide Dog said, "Do you think our defense will be able to stay strong for the rest of the season?" Yes, yes, no question. That defense will travel. Our defense will travel. Um, they got attitude problems, which is what you need for playing defense. They're physical, and they will get at your quarterback. That's gonna travel anywhere. My only question is, what is Kellen Moore gonna do? As my question is, been here since he's been offensive coordinator. That's my question. The system is there to win. Everybody know what we need to do: run the ball, play action pass. It works. Not shotgun, not trying to get cute and all that kind of stuff. Dak ain't got no business throwing the ball 35 times a game. I'm still saying the same thing. 22 to 27 times a game, we're good. But I got a feeling if OBJ comes to Dallas, it's going to be a problem. Pollard is special this season. Tony Pollard is special. I agree with you, Slide Dog. Tony Pollard is special. He's playing big. All right. Ain't nobody calling in, so I'm going to let it go. All right. I appreciate y'all listening to my soliloquy about Jerry Jones and the picture. A lot of folks ain't gonna agree with me on that. It is Slide Dog. I go in on Mondays at 7 p.m. Central Time. Where are you from, Slide Dog? Slide Dog, do you have a YouTube account? If you do, I'm gonna type this in real quick. Go to YouTube because I'm live right now on YouTube and Facebook as well. Go to there. There it is for you. Go to that on YouTube if you have that, or if you have a Facebook account, go find the Big Time Show. The Big Time Show, and subscribe. There it is. Subscribe and you can watch me live there. You may not, or if you want to just do it here on Podbean, you can. I'm live on Podbean as well. But if you want to do it live where you can see me and all that kind of stuff, you can go there now. I got a few minutes just so if you have that, you can go there now and let me know if you're in here when you come back. If you're gonna do that. I stay here live so that way you'll know which Big Time. I got to try to trademark my name because there's a couple Big Time shows there and some of them not active. And I need to trademark myself so I can make them pay for using my name. You understand? I'm Big Time. You no doubt about it. Spoonie says, do you think that Dak finally gets it now and he will check out of the ultimate pass plays? Or do you think Dak is all in with Kellen's playing? Now, I got to give Dak some credit, though, Spoonie. Dak is actually, he called a lot of those plays at the line. So he gets an initial read, and then he checks into the play. If you notice, he's kind of slowly but surely starting to do that Peyton Manning type thing. And he's looking good doing it. So what that lets us know is that he's reading defense as well. Every quarterback is going to throw an interception every now and then. So Peyton Manning threw it, Brady threw it. So let's not get over crazy because of Dak throwing a couple interceptions. When you look at the balance of it, he's called a whole lot of, better plays than he did bad plays or had bad results. So he's doing a great job. These last few weeks, they're giving him total power at the line of scrimmage. He's checking into both passing and running plays. So I think he's doing a great job. He's shutting a lot of folks up too, though. See, it's not a coincidence. A lot of people want to say this and that about that, but when Cooper Rush was the quarterback, we were about 28th with Cooper Rush, 28th, 27th. Ever since Dak been back, they number one. I mean, that's a big jump. So this narrative about Cooper Rush being the man, that's getting shut down week by week. Yeah. Well, that's good. I don't want him passing the ball a whole lot after I've seen. I don't want him passing the ball a whole lot. Me personally, y'all, I think Dak Prescott is not on that level yet. I don't think he throws the ball well in the middle unless it's one-on-one. If it's a zone, he gon' he's just not he's just not he in a zone from 10 yards and in, he'll light you up. And sometime if it's a crossing route, he will get you in a zone. But as far as throwing it straight down the middle in the seams and stuff, he ain't that accurate to me. If it's one-on-one, I don't mind Dak throwing because our receivers, I think, are good enough to beat anybody. And Dak hits him. I get him there. But I just don't think he's not the type of quarterback you say, hey, throw the ball 50 times and we want you throwing. See, there's some quarterbacks I don't mind throwing 50 times. I want Josh Allen to throw it 50. There was a point in time I didn't mind Aaron Rodgers throwing it 50 times. There's some I don't mind Mahomes throwing it 50 times. You actually want that. You don't want Dak Prescott throwing it 50 times a game. You don't want him throwing 30 times. You don't. You don't. It's just the truth. It is what it is. All right, any more questions? Because I'm going to get on out of here. I'm still celebrating Michigan, lighting up Ohio State today. No, I'm fired up. My team look like they're going to make the playoffs again. Joe says, I'm 61 years old, and I love Frosty the Snowman. There ain't no doubt about it. Ain't nothing wrong with that, y'all. Kid in us. The kid in us. I don't know if I'm going to watch it or not, but hey, I wouldn't mind sitting there. I got an 8-year-old son. I see if he want to watch Frosty the Snowman. He still wait, go to bed early, waiting for Santa Claus to show up. So we ain't gonna kill that by no means. We ain't gonna kill that at all. Listen, I'll be with you guys on Monday night. And look here, here's another thing that I didn't hit on. You know, this is perfect. I see you, Spoon. I'm gonna answer that. This is perfect. We got 10 days off. That's almost like another bye. Man, that's big. We got another 10 days off. Folks get healthy for the stretch run. This is awesome. It's right on time. Zeke can sit down. Zeke looked real good. Thanksgiving. He looked real good. Looked like he gotten strong in his knee. Now he get to sit down, get even stronger because we're going to need him this last 4-5 games here. We need him. So that I'm glad we got the bye. Spoonie said, Spoonie says, well, if that is your thought, don't you trust Dak to check out of a pass play, even if Beckham is there? No, because he's gonna have too much confidence that between Dak and CD, and rightfully so, I guess. If Odell is Odell, you're gonna have so much confidence that they're gonna. If he sees man coverage for either one of them, he ain't checking out of it. Now, if he does the check and sees that nobody. If he bring a little motion and the guy follows him, then he knows he's in man to man. But if the guy don't move, okay, then you know you got probably about 7 guys dropping back. Okay, the question then becomes: are you gonna go ahead and call a running play then? If you know it's a zone, that's really the only question. But if I got man to man coverage, you know, hey, at some point, you know, you're gonna have to test the waters. You gonna have to make sure CD is what he is, and I don't, depending on what Odell is. If Odell is Odell, you gonna take your chance with Odell going 1-on-1 if that's the case. I just don't want the toy of Odell to show up and the temptation of having an Odell, CD Lamb, and Michael Gallup on the field at the same time. I don't want 3 wide receivers. I want 3 tight ends on the field. Because that's what's working. I don't want 3. I don't want 3 wide receivers. We saw that last year. And we don't run the ball. I want 3 tight ends on the field so we can pound the ball. That's the identity of this team this year. I know what they would do with Kellen Moore. He gonna want to throw it up nonstop. And then you'll look at the stats at the end, and you'll see Ezekiel Elliott with 11 carries, Pollard with 8 carries, and all they ran is 19, 20 times a game combined. That ain't what we want. You'll see Dak Prescott 35 to 39 times throwing. No, I don't want it. I already seen that. It didn't get us nowhere. Put a lot of numbers up, put a lot of stats up, but we didn't win nothing. I already seen it with Cooper, Amari Cooper, CD Lamb, and Michael Gallup. I saw that 3 wide receiver set. I saw that. I don't need to see that no more. Let's try to do it the other way now. Physical football. Run the ball. That's why we're winning. That's why we're winning. All right. All right, I'm done. Oh, let me say this last thing. I'll close with this. It is what it is, y'all. Sooner or later, we got to go on. They have to start changing this narrative about Coach McCarthy. And I had to sit down and think about it. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say. The man wins. As long as he got his players there, a.k.a. a quarterback, he wins. He does. He wins. We got 8 wins up right now. You figure we're going to win at least 3 to 4 more games. That's double-digit wins. See, the Cowboy fans and what the Cowboys haters do, they mess y'all up. See, our success is if we won the Super Bowl because we done let Stephen A. Smith and, guys like that kind of change the narrative on the season. Like, if we don't win the Super Bowl, then you get to say, well, yeah, won the Super Bowl in 27 years and all that kind of stuff. See, I'm looking at it quite differently. See, I'm looking forward to the Cowboys making it to the playoffs for 2 years in a row. How about that? How about that, y'all? Okay, look, we're not used to going to the playoffs every year like the Packers do and like Brady does. Can we just start making the playoffs consecutively, year after year? Like before the season start, some of y'all already got teams that's penciled in that you say gonna make the playoffs. Dallas usually ain't one of them. Dallas is not usually one of them. You'll go back and forth, and we've had good teams still didn't make the playoffs. I'm just happy we're starting to win enough to make the playoffs every year. Now, it's a little different though. McCarthy won 12 games last year. 12. It looked like he on pace to do this again. So all y'all that's calling for his job, and I understand you got to do it in the playoffs. It ain't cause he's not, we 8-8. See, we done got so used to 8-8. And it's hard for us to just celebrate. We won double-digit wins. This man is winning. He's winning. Huh? I'll say this about Joe. Joe says, me, the toughest games are Tennessee and Washington. We got a tough game coming up against Indianapolis. Reason why is because, and we'll get into this probably starting Monday or a little bit later on, but they run the ball well. Our Achilles heel is run defense. Jonathan Taylor ain't no joke. They're gonna run the football. And they're playing inspired. Ever since Jeff Saturday has became coach there, they're playing good football. Matt Ryan don't I get it. I'm just saying they got what it takes to match our Achilles heel. So Matt Ryan don't scare me. Jonathan Taylor and that offensive line, though, they're a problem. Jonathan Taylor is back. And let's not act like we just automatically gonna stop the run now. So anybody that can run the ball against us usually does, makes games close. So Jonathan Taylor is there. The other game that you should have put down probably is the Houston Texans. That's who probably shouldn't scare you as well. Houston Texans on the thing. Tennessee definitely will be a tough game, and Washington will too. But I think if the Colts don't scare you, the Texans definitely shouldn't scare you. But those are the games that we always seem to play down to our competition. So we're just here, all right? Game by game. Indianapolis is next. We just got to lock in on Jonathan Taylor and then punish Matt Ryan. A unmobile quarterback don't stand a chance against our defense. If you're a pocket quarterback, you're going to get hit. We know where you're going to be at. We're coming for you. We just got to stop Jonathan Taylor. So our run defense is about to get tested these last 4 to 5 weeks. They're about to get tested severely. Jonathan Taylor up, Derrick Henry, Antonio Gibson, Jacksonville, Travis Etienne is a good running back as well. They run the ball pretty good. Houston, they got a pretty good running back there, but we ain't scared of them. I mean, we're about to then, of course, we're playing Philly again, who's going to run the ball. So we're about to find out just how good our run defense is in these last 4 to 5, 6 weeks. Because we're playing some top-notch running backs. We're about to find out. All right. Appreciate y'all guys hanging with me for the day. Go ahead and get them clap emojis up. I'm about to go and leave y'all. With this, I will see you guys on Monday at 7 p.m. For another edition. One and only, the Big Time Show podcast. There you go, Joe. I need to see one more person. Give me a clap emoji over here. If you're watching on the YouTube page, go on, give me a clap emojis real quick. The Big Time Show page. Go ahead and give it to me real quick. Go on, give it to me real quick. Give me a clap emoji there. There's my brother here, Damon Lawson. I can get out of here now. Damon done showed up. There it is. All right, I'll holler at y'all. I told you I'm done now. Hey, estranged Cowboy fan. Why you estranged? Man, you messed me up. Appreciate you, Afro Shane. Estranged Cowboy fan. Why you estranged? Let's take these last couple of minutes. You can come on back home, estranged Cowboy fan. We're a good football team. You might need to change that. It's strange. Just say you're a strange Cowboy fan. I would say a long story. you may need to change it to now. You come on home now. I know you're a fan, but you don't be estranged. Just a lot of us have been that way. But come on home, Jerry Jones. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, but just keep look. I guess you all right. Long as you got just started. I see your star still shining. Darrell Burns. I don't know who you are, but I appreciate you popping in on me, man. I don't know if you follow my show. For those that have not subscribed on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the show and get that bell there. What's up, Terry? Hit that bell there if you're on YouTube. If you're not having subscribed, do me a favor and hit that button there. Subscribe to the show. Turn on that live notification, which is that bell, and you'll know when I'm coming on. Terry, you missed me today, man. I done tackled the Jerry Jones pitcher issue. Ooh, you got to go back. Hey, Terrell, appreciate you popping in as well. All of you people, The Strange, Afro Sheen, Damon, Joe, lives over there in Italy, Spoonie. Appreciate you. I got folks coming in on here. It's time for me to go. Lord have mercy. Michael, Coach Bree Love, the other Mike. Appreciate all of y'all. Jeff SoCal, Gary, my brother Gary, Isaiah, Coach Mar was here, Kermit White. Appreciate you. All of y'all. Jameson Taylor, my brother Keith Odom. Appreciate you. And the hater, of course, of Eastside Harold. And Miss Tweety. Thank you. Miss Ty, of course, and Miss Charles. Thank y'all for hanging with me and all of y'all. What's going on? Yeah, appreciate you, man. Go ahead and peep it out. And for those that will be watching this a little bit later on, go ahead and comment if you can. I'll get them, and I might probably respond back. All right. I appreciate you guys. I will see you guys on Monday at 7 p.m. This is big time. I am big time, and as you can tell by now, I ain't scared to say what needs to be said. I'm not. It's my show. I can say what I want to say. Y'all know that. I ain't scared to tackle the tough issues. I'm not scared to do that. Y'all keep hanging with me, okay? We're going higher and higher in this show here, all right? Appreciate y'all. This is, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only, the Big Time Show. Never fear. Thank y'all for hanging with me. I'm out.